Hello, let's go, baby. Good morning. We're off to the races. Good morning, Jonathan and Paul. I see you gentlemen are ready to go. Love the energy so far. All right. Interesting little uptrend. Looks like it may not play out, though. It already has retraced 50%. Good morning, Dance. Or Dano. Danoception. Bounced right off of that. I believe that's Friday's high. Yeah. We're not able to get above it. Hey there, Yon. That's as best as I can do on that pronunciation. So here's what we got, guys. Looks like an uptrend that still needs to have a second leg here on the S&P. However, on the Nasdaq, it already looks played out. So you have a close outside of that channel, a new high. Then we're moving in the opposite direction. But at the same time, Nasdaq hasn't actually corrected as far as the S&P has. Yoons, all right. Good to see you. Morning, Tom. Overnight high is right at single prints from Friday. Okay. Yeah, if it gets past that, it could really skyrocket, eh? Well, we'll see if that's what happens. Bill, good morning. Got to move this key level down. We got a little bit farther down yesterday, extended that range a bit. Same, I would imagine, on the S&P. Extended this range down a little bit. See if the bulls can make any progress to the upside. As far as news goes, we do have the FOMC minutes today, so not the actual meeting, just the minutes. I don't think that there's anything in there that the market is really waiting on. Of course, there's always the chance for volatility, but I don't think there's going to be any surprises there. So pretty light news today. Julian, good morning. Oh, Jonathan, that's a good call out. Good morning. VIX expiring this morning. That should be interesting indeed. We only got a couple minutes before the open anyway. And the ATR is still a little bit elevated, not as quite as big as it was yesterday, but we're still in nearly 5 points per bar. So still some volume coming in. Good morning, Joanne. A minute and change to go till the market open. And I do expect some good movement here, just given the ATR, given the levels that we bounced off of. Could always be hopeful too, right? Morning, Octopus. All right, there is the opening bell, guys. And yeah, I don't think we're going to be getting another leg of that uptrend there. We've retraced too much at this point, so perhaps there's a wider downtrend working. See if we can map that out on NQ as well. Yeah, definitely looks possible on both of those indices. All right, we got ourselves back to the moving average. Let's see if we can get a short. We have one attempt down here, so pull back, one move down, looking for that second leg of the pullback, and we'll be able to take that short. I'm going to draw my channel a little bit more accurate. Something like that. Okay, there's the tick above. Let's see if this bar can reverse. Ooh. Come on. Come on. Nice. Oh man, I gotta move my stop. This is... Alright. We're in business. Nice little signal bar. The only risk, of course, being that it's right off the open. But I think that was worth the risk. I don't see any reason not to take it, really. And if we get another bar, it could enter back in. See if this bar can turn around. Didn't quite close below the EMA. But context-wise, I like this. I think I might take a chance here. Taking this off context, looking for a new low. NQ is super close to it. Took a trade there on context as well. Looking for that downtrend to play out to that new low right there. I'll scratch out a NQ if needed. And let's move the stop. All right, well, pattern's not playing out so far. Being a little tricky. I still believe in this short, though. I think it's going to work. Oh yeah, look at that bar. Nope, didn't close. Hey, good morning, Falcao. Well, we're still riding NQ out, so let's take a look over there. We just need a couple more points to the downside. So close to that new low, so close. Come on. Come on, just do it. Just do it. S&P is really being stubborn. Not going to let this one turn into a loser, though. S&P might be getting another bearish bar. Might be another chance to enter over there. Oh my gosh, so close. So close. Just make that freaking new low. Looks like we'll probably scratch out of this. I just got a feeling it's going to bounce. Hope I'm wrong. Might take the little scalp here just so we secure a green trade either way. Yeah, I think we're going to bounce. So we'll take the little scalp. Maybe this will give us another opportunity. S&P is kind of forming a little bit of a range here. Downtrend is still in play though, so we're still leaning towards the short side. Just need the right bar. Nasdaq downtrend still in play as well. We never quite got that new low. Of course, if we just bounce from here, we'll have to abandon that. But so far, we're still in the realm where we could get that push down. There's a nice bearish bar looking for a lower high. Pretty volatile out there today, guys. These bars are pretty whippy. See, this can turn into a lower high. Would consider it. Just needs to close below that 21 there. Nope. And just like the S&P, NQ getting a little bit of range going on here. ES getting more of a strong leg, which I think we're like right at the measured move. So this is where you'd want to see it turn down. NQ, nice. Finding some rejection perhaps at the top of that range. Again, we'll be looking for a lower high. No, not following through right now. Looks like ES wants to make a new high as well. See if this bar can turn into a good looking lower high. NQ makes another high. It's still quite a bit weaker than the ES, but could get dragged up here. ES continuing to push up. We're going to have to be abandoning this downtrend here pretty soon. If the short does set up, I do like taking it more on the Nasdaq because it's been weaker today. ES kind of coming to the point of no return. This would be really unfortunate. This would be essentially two V-shaped reversals in a row. There we go. Looks promising, perhaps. See if we start getting lower highs. Nice bearish hammer, though. I'll take that failed breakout on NQ. Gotta see some instant follow through, though. No, I don't like that bar. See if we can get a lower high, though. S&P found support on the EMA, and I would actually consider a long if we get another bounce on the EMA with the bullish bar. If we break through the EMA, I'll be back to looking for shorts. We still could be on the second leg of that larger downtrend. We've only pulled back like 50% or so. Well, hope you guys are doing well this morning. A little bit tricky price action so far. Dang, I was about to enter on that double lower high and it just exploded down. Man, oh man. Pretty wild price action today. So working its way down. Hopefully we can get another entry. NQ hasn't really offered anything either. So now we'll just be wanting a nice little pullback here. Couple legs to the moving average. New low is very likely incoming. We just need to see if we can get an entry to it. Coming back to the EMA, that's a pretty strong move there. Buyers being really, really stubborn, not letting the sellers push this thing down. Back above the 21. We've got to push down soon or that new low is not going to happen. Pushing for yet another new high. Really tricky to map out this price action at this point. Had a lot of V-shaped reversals. A lot of possible trends that haven't quite worked out. And this current move up, big question is this the second leg of this move? Like so, certainly looks like it, or is this going to develop into its own thing? So bias is pretty hard to read right now. We gotta basically just watch Friday's high and the overnight high. That's where we're headed next. Getting really close to that key level, and we'll see if we blow through it or if there's rejection. Testing yesterday's high. And Q's getting close. Sorry, not yesterday's high. High from Friday. We're already above yesterday's high. Overall, no real solid trend to lean on. We basically just have big range so far, oscillating between these two levels. If the 21 ends up holding on the next pullback, though, I will consider a long. And same with the S&P. It's a nice little move up. The pullback holds, I'll be looking to get long. There's a nice little breakout right there. Still going to be waiting for that pullback. It is looking pretty solid right now. Auto M9, welcome, and to you as well. NQ super close to the breakout. Nice. Tom passed an Apex eval. That's solid. Yes, it is a 90% off sale if you have not heard. Meaning, trying to figure out what that would be as far as a 50K account. But pretty dang cheap. Like, what, 20 bucks? Oof, dang. Julian, you're right. Only 12 likes right now. There's almost 80 people in here. Only 12 people like what's going on right now? What kind of world are we living in? Yeah, that's right, Tom. About $19.80 for the Apex 50K accounts. And you can get that deal with any promo code. Supports the channel if you use code IAM. So definitely appreciate that. Gets you a solid deal. I mean, say what you want about Apex. Certainly not a perfect company, but I think where I've come to land on all that is just use it while you got it. You can't beat that leverage. 20 accounts, like, you can't beat that. So doesn't mean you have to be a diehard supporter of the company or anything, but you got an opportunity there to generate some serious cash flow with all of that leverage. So take advantage of it. David, you're welcome. You're welcome. Ed, you didn't miss much, honestly. A little bit confusing price action. Some reversals. But now we have a breakout and we're waiting to see if it's going to hold. So this pullback is going to be really important here. If the 21 holds, we're going to go long. Getting close to the EMA, we're going to wait till we pull all the way back there. we go. We'll find out quickly if this is a pullback or a reversal, especially on how this level reacts right here. We want to see this one leg of the pullback result in a little bounce, get the second leg of the pullback, and then we will look to go long right there. That's the pattern I'm looking for. I'm not going to take a position unless I see it. Now we got that initial bounce. That's exactly what we're looking for. See one more leg of that pullback to the EMA. Meanwhile, over on NQ, we haven't even gotten to the 21. Move up was pretty steep. Okay, here we go. We're back at the 21. See if it offers support. James, no, I've not. I have a Windows system. Oop. Oh yeah, actually that's a pretty good bar right there. I'll take a chance. Definitely more aggressive as the Nasdaq has not got back to the 21 yet. But I think worth a shot here. Reckless. You can answer your own question. Just take a look at my chart up. Look up there. Tell you exactly what kind of chart it is. Nice. There's our little pop up on the S&P. Exactly what we're looking for. Really don't want to see this retrace, so I'm going to take the scratch. If it doesn't, yeah, if it comes back, I just want to see this immediately head on up to the new high. Of course, you can also take the scalp right here. It's gone up substantially. Yeah, baby, let's go to that new high. Come on, come on. Looks like we're going to get that new high, and then I'll start trailing my stop and profit. Just like one more point. Come on. So close, dude. So close. There we go. All right. So locking in profit. We'll keep trailing if we keep going up. I'll just keep trailing right here. We got guaranteed 8 points now. The uptrend technically is played out with a break in a new high, so we could get a correction here pretty soon. But this is a solid breakout here. This is also the 50-day moving average of SPY. That'd be another reason why we could see a slowing down of price action here. But the big thing is you don't want to cut trade short when you don't have to. Trail your stop and profit. If it keeps running, it's just free money. There we go. That was a nice one. Hopefully some of y'all were able to enjoy that trade as well. But again, now this uptrend is played out, we would be expecting possibly a correction. Maybe we'll actually go back down and test that breakout level. And again, guys, if you are enjoying the stream, if you have found any value, maybe you caught that trade too, hit that like button. We got over 100 people in here, only 40 likes. Some of you just aren't being honest. I know you like this. I know you can't not. NQ still has not even touched the EMA in like maybe even an hour. Let's check that out. Yeah, it's been 30 minutes since the NQ has even touched the EMA. But this price action is not super bullish, at least as far as like the overnight action stuff. Way too choppy for a large channel, so could end up forming something like this. That's quite possible, but we're gonna need some extra confirmation for that right now. The most probable thing is to wait, see what the bears are going to do, if they're able to push down the market. If they're not, that's when we're going to start looking for another long. So far, the EMA is holding again. If we get a new high, we're going to have to look for some sort of secondary channel and keep looking for longs. Let's go. No clue. I have no clue about positioning or exposure. Just beginner jargon and gambles. Okay. And I'm sure a seasoned expert like you is hanging out in the YouTube comment section here on some random YouTube channel. Yeah. Lesko's trying to pick a top. Go short, everyone. Go short. Again, if we make a new high here, we are going to be continuing to look to the long side. Right now, just waiting to see if the bears are going to step in at all and correct this market. This is when we would expect that to happen if there are sellers around. But if they can't correct the market here, if we can't go back and retest that breakout area, then this could get really bullish really fast. But here we go. Here's that correction. James, thank you, man. Glad to have you here. I just day trade on the channel, yes. I mean, I do some swings and stuff in my personal account, but for the channel, yes, just day trading. Bear stepping in right on cue. But of course I wouldn't know that, because I just got beginner jargon and gambles going on, so no possible way. Still waiting for NQ to even test the 21 EMA the first time. And this is the part of trading where you just got to be patient. There are times when it's foot to the gas and looking for positions, and times when we're waiting for the next market cycle to begin. This was a time here where you want to look for a position, right? We had an uptrend, very clearly pull back right to our entry level right there, and you can see held it perfectly. We got our trade. That's when we're looking. That's when we're on the edge of our seat. And now that it's played out with a break outside of the channel and a new high, this is a waiting period. And we will see whether the bears step in and we get something along these lines. Great, we can start considering a short, or if we make a new high and continue up, then we're going to be looking at more longs. So this is the crux, right, where we figure out what's going to happen next in the market. Hey Neil, good morning. Workshop AMZ asking what the entry was. Yeah, so it was just a standard second entry long. We had uptrend in place, so we know we're looking to the long side. We had a pullback to the EMA, one bounce up, the second leg of the pullback, and then that was our signal bar. Nice bullish green bar closing near its high and above the 21 EMA. So enter one tick above that. Stop goes one tick below, and could take a scalp right in here somewhere. But probability was pretty high that we were going to get a new high of that trend. So I held to the new high here, started trailing my stop and profit. Nice. Jonathan got a win on that one too. Good deal. Good deal. Well, again, this is a waiting time in the market, so be patient here. Wait for the market to show its hand. If it makes a new high, start looking for longs. If it drops back down below this breakout level, start looking for shorts. Hope you've got something out of the stream today. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Good to be with you guys. Take advantage of that Apex sale, 90% off. It's only going to be good for a few more days, so take advantage of that leverage, man. 20 accounts is nothing to turn your head at. That's going to be some serious money, but I'm going to hang out in the Discord the rest of the day. Appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.